All right, so good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining tonight. My name is Dr. Tony Arnold McFarland from RTP NSBE Junior, and we're excited to have you. We do have a number of people who are going to share about their summer camps. I am expecting some to join that are not on the call yet, so hopefully they'll get to drop in. So this may not actually be in the order of the slides, but I just want to thank you for coming out. I know this is the time of the year when everyone is kind of like trying to figure out, what am I going to do this summer? And I will encourage you and students and parents, please make the most of this time. I know some people are probably just ready to, get their summer vacation going, and they may be feeling a little zoomed out, but we can't delay our STEM learning. We have to continue that. And I know this was a rough year for a lot of people. So you might want to take a little bit of break, but find something fun that you can learn and do. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. What are some of the fun things that you can do to get your summer going? All right. So let me get us kicked off here. There we go. All right. And if you have not been to a NSBE Junior meeting before, this is who we are. We have approximately 45 members, grades K through 12. And I had a number of people ask me if they could join now. I would just say, just wait to June because we are at the end of our term. The term runs from August 1 to May 31st. And then in the summer months, we start collecting dues for our upcoming term. So at this point, you can attend our events and attend our meetings. Being a paid member just means that you have certain access to some camps and also to a portal and some information. So if you're not officially paid through our national office, you won't have access to that. But for the most part, everything that I'm going to present tonight, you don't have to be a NSBE Junior member to participate in. And if there are some things where you do, I'll just note that, but I don't think we have anything tonight that's going to require that. We do have some community camps, so for sure, anybody from the community can participate in those. And also, just let us know how you heard about our event tonight. You can put that information in the chat. Are you coming as a community partner from another STEM organization? If you are, welcome. And maybe you are representing a STEM organization, a youth STEM enrichment program or organization. So please put that in the chat so we'll know who's on the call with us tonight. And just a little bit about NSBE, period. So we also have a professional chapter. So this is RTP NSBE Junior. We are sponsored by RTP NSBE, which is the Research Triangle Professionals. Professional chapter consists of individuals who work in the engineering profession, but you're not required to be an engineer to be a part of the professional chapter. And NSBE is an organization, it's a technical society for engineers. And the emphasis is on Black engineers, and we'll hear more about the mission in a moment. But we were started in 1975, 6 students at Purdue University and their advisor went about a mission and embarked on a way to overcome what they were seeing as a systemic problem. There were some inequities in education, and about 80% of the freshman students at Purdue University, the Black students, were dropping out, and they wanted to understand what was going on. And after doing some research, they realized that this was happening at about 30 other predominantly white institutions. They came together, had a conference, and eventually the National Society of Black Engineers was born to address this problem. And then a alumni extension, rather, is what it was called, in 1988 was established for those who graduated. And NSBE Junior came along in 1998. Alumni extension is now called the professional chapter. So NSBE has about 25,000 members worldwide. There are about 600 chapters. It's still a college-led organization. And our chapter was named the chapter of the year for Region 2. We have 6 regions, and we are in Region 2. And also, I found out yesterday that our NSBE Junior chapter
I don't
was
have it. I
named
just clicked the link.
Chapter of the Year for Region 2. So we've been doing some great work. Next, I'm going to ask Jaden if he can do the mission for us.
I don't know. I clicked the link.
Hold on one second. I think I need to put someone on mute. Let's see. Okay. Jaden, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this is Jaden Martin. And Jaden, Jaden is going to be relocating to Mobile, Alabama. However, he can still participate because we're going to be virtual. And we are going to miss being able to see you in person briefly, like at the mall when we meet up to drop off a shirt or a Lego, something like that. But everybody, please share some love to Jaden in the chat. We wish him and his family well as they relocate to Mobile, Alabama. His father is an engineer, and he's going to be working for Airbus there. And his mother's also in NSBE Junior. She's an advisor, so we send our love to them. So, Jaden, with that, can you lead us in our mission?
Yes, ma'am. The NSBE mission is to increase the number of culturally responsible Black engineers that still excel academically, succeed professionally, and positively impact the community.
Also, Jaden is a part of one of the teams. So thank you, Jaden. And we'll talk more about why he's holding that Lego there. He's part of one of the teams that we'll talk about tonight. So thank you, Jaden. And what grade are you in, Jaden?
I'm in first grade, but I'll be going second grade on my next school.
Okay. Now, is there something about science that you like? Have you discovered what you enjoy doing in science and in STEM?
What's kind of the technology? Technology is a really good way to calculate stuff.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, Jaden, thank you for doing the mission for us. And we look forward to seeing you again, okay?
You're welcome.
All right. Next, our treasurer, Ryan Hebert, is going to tell you how you can support our mission.
Here are some ways you can support our mission. You can give donations, you can give your time, and you can give your talent. How to give online. You can visit our website at rtp.nesbe.org. Donate with PayPal account, a debit or credit card, or email treasurer@nsbertp.org. All donations are tax deductible.
Thank you, Ryan. And in addition to that, if you volunteer, your company provides a volunteerism grant through a giving portal. We are set up in a number of giving portals. So if you are interested in volunteering with us, we can also tell you how you can donate through your volunteerism hours as well. Thank you so much, Ryan. All right. Jonathan Winstead is our programs chair. And Jonathan participated along with all of these teams here in our convention we recently went to, which was the first week of April. And I do want to recognize our teams for their hard work. The first Lego League Explorer team, the Visionaries, and the Extraordinaries. We had 2 teams. The Visionaries were, both of these teams are first grade through 5th grade. And the Visionaries got the Challenge Solution Award, and the Extraordinaries got the Team Model Award. So do you have anyone on the phone from the Visionaries or the Extraordinaries?
Yeah.
Sage, are you on?
I'm here.
Okay. Hey, Sage, congratulations. We just want to tell the Visionaries congrats. And we will be getting, a certificate out to you for your hard work and for further recognition. So thank you, Visionaries. And Jaden is from the Extraordinaries. I don't know if anyone else is on from the Extraordinaries. Is anyone else on from the Extraordinaries?
LeBron's on.
LeBron is on as well. Okay, wonderful. So Jaden and LeBron, congratulations to both of you for your hard work and participation in the convention. Also, math video challenge, the Imagineers, they still actually have a video that's participating in a national competition with Math Count. And those rankings will happen in May. They ranked 4th in the NSBE pre-college initiative conference with their video. I think there was probably about 8 or 9 other chapters, and they ranked 4th in that. So is anyone on from the Imagineers? I thought I saw Ryan on.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Ryan. So congratulations to you and the Imagineers. And also, Ryan, I was made aware that you have a trophy coming because you won 1st place in the Math Count problem solving competition that was based on your speed and the number of answers that you got right. So there's a trophy coming to you. I don't know when you're going to get it, but I got an email today letting me know what awards we received for the convention. So congratulations to you.
Oh, that's nice, Ryan.
Yeah, excellent. All right, and is anyone on from the Explorer teams? I think I heard Jonathan. Is anyone else from the Explorer teams? NSBE Junior Explorer? And Jonathan, is anything you want to say about your team? You ranked 2nd place in the technical innovation competition. Anything you want to say? You may be on mute.
Hello?
Yes.
So you're asking me what
Anything you want to say about your participation? How the experience went for you?
well the thing was good. Whatever the judging process was. I don't really know. I guess the working as a team part was fun.
Okay. Excellent. Well, congratulations for getting 2nd place, and you may get some more invitations to share that again. As a matter of fact, any of the teams, once you've competed or you've done some research or a work like this, you can continue to get invited to share that. So just be on notice that once you've created a contribution, people may call on you to share it on other platforms. All right. Team Immunity. Is anyone on from Team Immunity?
Yes, Lauren Lascano.
All right, Lauren. Congratulations to your team. You got some very positive comments from the judges. The judges were from Pfizer. And I'll just let you say just a few words about your research, like just briefly, what was it about and what you enjoyed the most about doing it?
So we had research regarding the COVID vaccine in medically underserved communities, and it was fun. We got to survey people at our meeting and present all of our research to the judges. It was just a really fun experience, and I learned a lot.
Yeah, and actually the Pfizer judges were interested in some of their findings and said they had some similar results from some of the things that they researched as well. So I thought that was very, very positive. So, the work that you've done will pay off down the road. So congratulations to you and Brilliant both. All right, the trimathlon team. There were 12 teams in this trimathlon, and this was pretty in depth and it was pretty rigorous. I attended the trimathlon, and are there any members on from the exponentials? I know Lauren was in that, or is anybody else on? Is Jairus on?
Yes, I'm on.
All right, Giles, what can you tell us about that experience?
Well, definitely had to study, that's for one. But it was a great experience. We had to, I guess, dust off a few of our math skills, some different subjects specifically to prepare for the quiz bowl, which also, and it also helps out with like when you take the SAT and the ACT, because it's specifically those math subjects. We had
Excellent.
to, yeah, and it was very fun. It was definitely a challenge once we got there. There are some questions that kind of rocked us a little, but it was pretty great overall.
Yeah, I couldn't have answered any of the questions they asked you guys. So you guys were great. You were great. And just for those who may not know, the Trimathlon is a quiz bowl. And it's on SAT and ACT math questions. So the team prepped for this starting in December, meeting every week, and they took the SAT, ACT practice math probably, I don't know, 7 times. They took it a bunch of times, and they wanted to work on the speed of answering the question. So the reward for them is, as I mentioned, for team immunity, the reward will pay off down the road. Like your reward will be when you get that great SAT and ACT score, when you get into the college of your choice, when you get the scholarships for school, and move further along down your career path. So congratulations to the Trimathlon, the exponentials as well. Everybody did a great job. And if you can just give them a round of applause or show them some love in the chat for the hard work that they did. And also thank you to all of the coaches and advisors who volunteered. Great work. And as a result, the work that the teams put in, the volunteers, and all of our NSBE Junior members, like I said, we were ranked as the chapter of the year for Region 2. So we did get a small monetary donation that we'll be receiving as a result for that to NSBE Junior chapter. And keep up the great work. It's being noticed. All right. So next, we're going to move into the part of our program where we're going to kind of go through summer programs and summer experiences. Everyone should have a plan for the summer to continue your STEM journey. Even if you're going to work this summer, you still need to make sure you keep your STEM education up, and you continue to keep your math skills sharp. You continue to do research, you continue to be inquisitive, and STEMulate. So here are the camps I have some information on. I was hoping that we would have at least for 3 of these individuals who will come and talk about them. If everyone is not on, I do have a couple of flyers and some web links that the parents can take a look at. Now, 2 of the camps have a deadline of today. So hopefully you'll get the information that you need, and there will be some time at the end for you to go ahead and fill out information if you want to do that, and go ahead and get it in tonight. And one of them has a deadline of tomorrow. So some pretty time-sensitive dates here. And just as a quick overview, this is kind of how the camps summarize. If you we'll start with kindergarten, 1st grade. So the only camps that I have at the moment that are already set up, the Microsoft Programming 101 is a K through 12 camp. I do need to get a little bit more information. Hopefully I can have that tonight before the call ends, but there is a registration link we can pop in the chat. The deadline for that is today, April the 30th. The next grade up would be the NSBE Seek. It is the 3rd through the 5th grade. And I think there is a middle school girls segment to that. We can go to the website and confirm that, but there are 2 options for that: June 14th through the 2nd, July 2nd, and July 19th through August the 6th. So again, that deadline is tonight, and both of those are free of charge. Next deadline would be the Exploring Data Science Research and Careers. Well, a lot of students probably, that title doesn't really mean much to you, but I will say this: even if you are not doing STEM, having an understanding of data analytics is going to be very important to your future. It's very important now. It's a skill that is in demand. It's highly sought after. I'm even having to learn it myself for my job. So it will help you in STEM, and it will help you in business, healthcare. It's a very good skill set to have. So this is the first high school camp I've seen in the area of data science. So if you have an opportunity to take this, if you don't have anything planned, and you are high school students, I would highly encourage you to register for this class, for this camp. It's actually free and students actually get paid. It's 2 weeks. I don't know the dates and times. I can pop the link in the chat. So if you can check that out tonight, but the deadline to register is tomorrow. So if you're contemplating it, I would actually go ahead and get registered. If you don't have anything else planned and you're a high school student, I highly recommend you consider doing that one. And then we do have a speaker who is here, the NCSU MSEN camp. He'll talk more about that one. Deadline for registration is May 31st. All of these camps, I mean, they're right around the corner. So I'm surprised that some still have deadlines still out there. But anyway, that's middle to high school. There is a cost. I'll let him go through the costs. And the dates are June the 21st through July 2nd. And the ones that I have tonight are all virtual. I don't have any information on anything that is in person that's STEM related at this time. But if we do get that, we will send that out to our Google group. If you are not a part of the NSBE Junior, the RTP NSBE Junior Google group, you can join it. You don't have to be a NSBE member or a NSBE Junior member to be on our distribution list. All right, is there anyone on the call from NSBE Seek to speak on NSBE Seek? I saw a few people have joined since we started. Okay, I will come back to that one. And is anyone on the phone from Microsoft?
I am. Hello.
Hey, Crystal, how are you?
I'm doing well. How's everyone?
We're doing good. Thank you for being able to drop in tonight and give us some time and talk with us. So do you have something you want to share? You just want to talk freely about the opportunity?
I do have something I want to share. So
okay, I'll stop sharing and give you the screen for that.
Okay, sounds good.
And as she's bringing this up, I don't know if everybody got this. I did send this out on the distribution list. So if you did not get it, we'll make sure you get the information tonight.
Okay, can everyone see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, let me just introduce myself. My name is Crystal Folks. I am the R5 chair-elect for Region 5, I just said that, but on the PEB professional side, as well as I am the Dallas-Fort Worth professionals president. So similar to what your professionals in RTP here, I just do that in Dallas, Texas. I currently work at Microsoft, and we had an opportunity to work with NSBE and pilot a program, and we needed some more participation. So I opened it up to a lot more students. So I am leading some of this programming, and we wanted to share it with your chapter and have some of your students participate. So BAM stands for Blacks at Microsoft. So it's our internal ERG. And so we had came up with a programming that we can reuse across the region, across the globe, and be able to prepare minority students for, helping us with that pipeline. So similar to NSBE's mission into increasing, the only way we could do that is also teaching technology to students so that they can also get jobs and increase that pipeline within our company at Microsoft. So that's how we are pushing our efforts internally. So the program is called BAM Academy. So it's an educational program, and we actually target Afro-descendants. So we have a lot of chapters that are in different regions of the Caribbean and South America. So we have a big Costa Rica presence. So it's more Afro-descendant. So definitely open to different languages. So we do have actual programming that's completely in Spanish. So if that is something that an opportunity for you as well. But just to give a little bit about the program, we used to have in-person events where we do these programs. We've moved them all to virtual. but it's helping us grow our careers. So a little bit about the Academy. There is a couple of pillars here. So we have a dedicated high school program that actually we're doing in another program in Dallas as we speak. And we have this coding pillar here, which is what we're doing the K through 12 students. It's computer science based. So we'll start with Scratch. And then with the high school and more of the older class, they'll do mostly Python programming. And so it's going to be heavily focused on learning the fundamentals of coding and those fundamental concepts. And we'll work with you to actually develop those skills. And so it's a great little program that we have came together with our resources. So it's a little bit of code.org, Scratch programming, Snap programming, and then and some Python. So it will be fun little curriculum that we'll work through. It's going to be a 12-week program. And what you'll learn through that program is we'll break it up into different weeks. And it will be a 3-hour commitment, and they're only going to be on Saturdays. So the sessions for the students can be recorded, and we'll have homework. The interesting thing that we're doing with this program is we actually have collegiate students that are actually computer science students will be actually the lead mentors for all the students. So they get an opportunity to teach the programming concepts. So it's a full pipeline driven. And with that program, we'll be able to you'll have a mentor, you'll have dedicated people to help you with your homework and answer questions. So we'll have a community of people willing to support you. So that's a little bit. We do have some other topics that we're actually branching out into. So right now we're going to focus on the programming 101 since that curriculum is finished, and we're ready to roll that out, right? So a little bit about it is you learn pseudo programming, some computer algorithms, data structures. So this is taking it at a very, entry level to advanced, and we have it based on each like a middle school, elementary school, and then we have a high school level. So we'll have 3 different levels and be able to progress throughout that 12 weeks. And then if we feel like a student is at a different level based on where they're starting from, we'll put you in the appropriate class, right? So that's something that we could discuss once we start that program. I know you had that spreadsheet. We're actually starting on May 8th. So May 8th is the first Saturday that we'll have the kickoff. By that time, all the students and the parents who signed up, their students will have their Microsoft accounts set up. And from there, we'll have like a kickoff meeting, kind of just to introduce everybody, kind of get an understanding of the flow, go through any technical issues with the platform, and kind of get started. So we're actually starting pretty soon. And actually for the deadline, we did extend it to the 3rd. So you have until Monday the 3rd to sign up, just in case. So we'll actually have it a couple days just to give this last weekend. And then we'll just need some time to actually provision those accounts and get everybody emailed, as well as the volunteers. So the link that I'm going to provide is the same link to if you want to volunteer, as well as if you want to sign up your students. So it's one form for everything. So there's no multiple forms. We do have a video that's going to be shared out as well, and I could share that with you all. That has a video of the kickoff meeting that kind of had what the program's about and some of the opportunities. So we're looking for students on 2 fronts. So we're still looking for collegiate students who are interested in volunteering, that want to dedicate. So the benefits of that is they get access to the Microsoft Student Ambassador Program, which is for students or collegiate students or students in university, where they can actually get access to certifications and internship opportunities, as well as the students who are high school students that haven't gone to college yet. That's an opportunity for them to, get that first, their freshman year, get that internship. So we're keeping track of the students that we actually go through this program so that we can use that as our, recruiting and HR to actually make sure that those students get the first opportunities that are available when those slots open up and they're available to actually take that spot if interested. So, we'll help to make sure that you get first round interviews, and that's kind of the benefits of volunteering. If you have students that are also interested in volunteering that already have some of the computer science fundamentals, but that's a little bit about the coding program and a little bit how it's going to work and the platforms that we use. So we're going to be using Microsoft Teams, and so everybody will have educational settings so they could set up. We'll make your own email account, and that will be all set up on our end. And so there's no cost to the program or anything. So all the resources that we use are going to be free resources and tools. So all you have to do is just join in on that session and just have, as a student, you should just participate and engage as much as possible, and ask any questions. And as a parent, we'll be leveraging the advisors of the chapters to kind of communicate any information. So we're trying to keep the NSBE chapters involved as possible as the liaison for information, since you guys are more comfortable with those advisors and speaking to them, and then some of those concerns could be addressed through the advisor. And then Microsoft is really just providing the technical training and being kind of the leaders in that content driven to the students. Some stuff that we do is Minecraft labs. Some of that stuff we'll have on Azure, and that's just kind of the cool, part of working with Microsoft is we have access to a lot of things on the cloud and a lot of software tools that your students will be exposed to, as well as virtual desktop. So there's definitely things that your students will end up learning, and you get to actually kind of do some pretty cool stuff that is a little bit more advanced than your typical program. So we're excited to do this, and we have gotten great feedback in terms of the coding pillar. So I'm excited to be leading this next cohort. And then just talking about the different programs here. We have some things coming down the pipeline. So we're eventually going to do a computing 101. We'll have robotics, and we're actually going to do an accessibility and disabilities, and how that can work with STEM as well. So how to make software for people with different needs. And so we definitely have some interesting, cool ideas to really engage you all and making sure that everybody has an opportunity to learn. So we have some programs that are going to be down the line, but this is kind of like a sneak peek. And this is kind of what's needed for the volunteers who are like the collegiate students or any advisor. So we'll probably have a tag up session outside of the week, which is once a week, where we'll kind of say, okay, this is what we're going to go over. We'll have the collegiate students assign who's going to do the speaking for each group. And then any mentees outside of questions that they have, grading the assignments. So we're going to lean on the college students to grade the assignments, and as well as some of the advisors, and any shared experiences, if there's any problems with a particular, class, and we'll work together to do that. So they'll actually get to learn how to mentor and provide training and learning. So if you have that ability and you want to be able to help in that way, that's an opportunity for you. So that is how we're going to set it up in terms of the volunteers. So like I said, once I paste the link, it will be the same link if you want to volunteer, as well as if you are a student who wants to sign up. If you are a student that's under the age of 18, you can have your advisor sign up for you. And that's okay if it has parent consent, or if, as a parent, you could put, we want to have the information so that we can at least have a point of contact if anything happens, or if we want to email. Most younger students don't have have an email account. So we want to be able to contact the parent if it's a holiday, we're not going to have a session. We're going to make sure that that information is out and disseminated so that parents are understanding what's going on with the program. Or if, you need to reach us, we'll be able to reach out to the parent as needed. So all the volunteers will have to do a background check for mostly the Dallas ISD. So that's if you're concerned about that, or who's going to be interacting with your students. And every employee at Microsoft that is in this program have to get a background check as well. So that's going to be something if you have of concern, as well as there's going to be photo release or video if you don't want your student to be on video or the photo taken care of. That also will be emailed next week as well if you sign up, just in case, to make sure we have the approval of who could be on video or who could have a photo taken care of. So if that's also a concern about visibility and sharing that, because some of the content will be used as marketing and media for the next program as we grow. So if those are any concerns there, we'll make sure that's addressed. So that has to have consent from the parent. And I believe that is all I have. Like I said, about the legal guardian, and then making sure that any specific accommodations that are needed, we can make sure that's addressed for each student with those particular needs. So that is pretty much it I have to share. I will leave it open to some questions if any.
All right. I know I've already had some people who have, they signed that form that was in the email. So do they need to do something in addition to that?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. That link that was on the purple kind of background.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I know there's probably I've talked to maybe 5 or 6 family parents and students who said they were signing up already. So I have no way of knowing. So if you are able to see who joined for my chapter, so I can just kind of know, that would be great. If they signed up and didn't tell me, then I don't know. But
okay.
Yeah, if there's a way to see who joined.
For each chapter that had an advisor or a student, I'll let you all know. And so at least you can say, okay, this is how many students from your chapter are attending. And so if you have conflict or you also have an event that you're doing, then you at least know where those students are and who's been engaging with the program.
Okay. And I did sign up as a volunteer. I don't know that, I'm pretty sure I can't make all the Saturdays, but just for awareness and being able to kind of keep track of what our students will be doing, I signed up as well. Any questions for Ms. Crystal?
Hi, we redshirt. This is Aisha's mom, Kim. We redshirt, and I was just wondering, should we anticipate a confirmation email, confirming that you guys got her information?
Yes, so you should see that, and that's why we extended it to Monday. So all the accounts will be emailing the parents on Monday to confirm and ask for any additional information. So we're filtering through the applicants as we speak. Right now, we tackled some of the volunteers, and we're actually going to send out an automatic message. But based on that, we're going to actually say, okay, we're going to do the students on Monday, so then we can confirm and make those accounts and get that started. So you should see something no later than Monday afternoon and kind of have an information based on the email that you signed up for, and then you should be good to go.
Okay, and do you have a contact information just in case we don't get that confirmation on Monday?
Yes, it is, and I'm going to put it in the chat. It's my first name, that last name at Microsoft. So I'm going to put that in there. So that should be the point of contact. And yeah, I'm the lead on this. So definitely reach out to me if you don't get that information, or if you have any questions, anybody can reach out to me on that.
And just to confirm, Crystal, there's not a cost for this camp? I didn't see one or anything.
Nope, there's no cost.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right. Okay. Any other questions? How many people signed up that's on the call? If you want to raise your hand. So Aisha signed up. Jonathan and Sage, I believe you signed up as well, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, and I know that Imani and Daniel, they're not on the call, but they signed up. Okay, we have Renee signed up as a volunteer. Okay, so if you signed up as a volunteer or as a participant, Ryan, I think you signed up. Your mother told me that you two were signing up as well. So yeah, we should have some good participation.
And Tony, this is Jonathan, Big Jonathan. I signed up as a volunteer also.
Okay. Well, you know what? I don't think I need to have our summer camp on coding. I'm just going to Great. Yeah, Krista, we were actually trying to pull our own one together, but you know what? I can't even, hey, I don't even need to do it. I'm glad that people, caught a hold of this and they want to do it. So that's less I got to deal with. I mean, I want to learn myself. So if we do something, it'll just be self-paced because some people may not be able to make the commitment. So I do want students to have a way to learn to code, even if they don't do this. And we'll talk about that in a minute. There's some ways where they can kind of like do something more self-paced.
And
Okay.
Crystal, this is Jonathan. Did you say the sessions will be recorded? So could somebody look at it at a later time if they couldn't make the timing?
Yeah, all the sessions are going to be recorded. And then we actually do like assignments. So it's just like a classroom. The sessions will be recorded. The students can get the PowerPoints. They'll be able to go and practice at home and use the same material. So they won't need anything like, oh, they can only access it during the time that we're teaching. So all that will be recorded and the students will actually have like the collegiate mentors that they can reach out to on the weekends or, during the week that they can meet up. And so the collegiates will actually meet with a student or a volunteer to kind of say, hey, this is what we're going to do to teach this lesson. And so there's going to be some engagement offline, but it's definitely a pretty good, pretty much taught by Collegiate and Microsoft. And so it should be kind of fun, but yeah, everything should be recorded and supported.
Cool. And you said it was 3 hours. You know what time of day you were thinking about having it?
It's going to mostly be 10 to 1 Central.
On Saturdays?
Yeah.
Central time. Okay.
Oh, so 11 to 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Eastern. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Crystal.
Yeah. So most of them will probably be around max 2 hours, but we usually have some like office hour time. So.
Okay. Very doable. All right. And the deadline is the 3rd.
Yes. So on this Monday. So yeah, we extended it just to give some more time for as we shared it across NSBE. So.
Okay. And also someone on the call wants to go ahead and sign up. Are you able to grab that link? If you don't have it handy, I'll find it real quick.
I have it. Let me paste
and drop that in the chat. And if you haven't signed up and you want to do this, please go ahead and sign up tonight. There you go.
Let me know if you're not able to access it. If not, I'll copy it over again.
Okay, looks like she got in there.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Well, Crystal, thank you for joining. I don't know if you'll hang around, but if not, I'll be in touch with you to kind of keep up with our kids. I know they're going to do great. And, I want to learn as well. So appreciate you being able to rearrange your schedule and come out tonight.
And I think it starts on May 8th.
Yeah.
So May 8th is like the, getting all the tech stuff started.
Yeah, getting all that together.
Yeah. So we'll have a parent, everything will be from there.
Okay.
All right.
Crystal, what did we say? Did we say May the 3rd? It's the final day for registration.
It's the deadline. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
What time? Is that like by midnight? Is that 11:59 p.m.? What's the time?
I think somebody said close of business because by that time we'll start the provisioning. So
probably by like 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Central time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for allowing the time. I appreciate that to share with your group.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to send it out. Like, I think it's a really great opportunity, and we'll do some more promoting and advocating of this one over the weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Okay, well, next I'm going to see if Braska is on. Braska, I know you're on. Do you have something you want to share and talk about the Summer Scholars STEM MSN? You might be on mute.
Why does that happen? Like, we've been doing how many Zoom meetings over the last year? And somebody still does it almost every time we have a Zoom call, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right, I'm going to stop. I think you had something that you want to share on the screen.
I do. I would like to share. I have a PowerPoint I'm going to share.
Okay. Excellent.
All right. Thank you so much. Wow, there's some great opportunities. Man, makes me wish I was young again.
You can always volunteer. That's how we do it. We volunteer and learn.
yeah, that's a great idea. I think it's awesome what y'all are doing though. So I feel kind of ashamed because mine costs.
But
Hey,
it's a good deal though. It
yeah.
does, but it's still a very good deal because I
Mhm.
won't steal your thought. I just let you talk about it. I know there's some students who are interested in the life sciences and biotechnology, and I know you have that. So
Okay, cool. Well, so thank you for having me. I'll try to keep it brief because I know it's a Friday night. So I'm going to talk a little bit about I'm going to give an overview of our entire program first, and then I'll talk about the summer component. So our program has been around for 35 years. It was funded. It was started. We're only in North Carolina. It was North Carolina's attempt to try to really help get more students of color into the STEM pipeline. So we actually do things with our students throughout the whole year, not just summertime. And so when we started in 1986, we were geared strictly to African American students. And over time, it's included other underrepresented minority groups, as well as low income and first generation college students. But 80% of our students are still African American. Um, so I'm just going to talk real briefly about our components. We have some schools here in Wake County that actually have our program as an after school club or class. We have 2 new schools in Edgecombe County through an NSF grant, a National Science Foundation grant that we have in partnership with our College of Engineering and our Minority Engineering Program Office, which supports the NSBE chapter here at NC State. And so through that partnership, we've implemented 2 robotics classes. They're tied to manufacturing in the Rocky Mount area. And in those 2 classes, we have minority engineering students that actually mentor the students in those classes. And then as a component of that grant, students from those counties have the opportunity to join our program starting the 6th grade. And we're building the program from the ground up. So this is our first year with that project. And so one of our components is that we have a Saturday Academy that meets for multiple Saturdays throughout the school year. And in our Saturday Academies, we have classes in math, science, communications. We also offer some elective classes. The class that Crystal just talked about, we have a very similar class where we get into coding, and it's in partnership with our computer science department. So we have undergraduate and graduate students who volunteer on Saturdays, and they come out and expose our students to different aspects of computer science. We have our own competition day. Every year it's called MSc Day. Our program is not just here at NC State. We're across the state of North Carolina. We're also on the campus of Elizabeth City State University. We're on the campus of Winston-Salem State University, and we're also on the campus of UNC Charlotte. And then we have our own awards day, which will actually take place tomorrow morning at 10. And our awards day, we recognize our students for excellence in academics, as well as we recognize our graduating seniors. So the intention of our program is to get students to join in 6th grade, and we try to follow them all the way into their seniors in high school. And so tomorrow we'll celebrate our seniors and share, where they're going to college and what they're going to major in. And then we also have a summer program we call Summer Scholars, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So that's just an overview of our entire program. So our goal of Summer Scholars is to we always have our Summer Scholars program every year for 2 weeks. And it's usually before pre-COVID, we usually had from 8 to 5 every day, Monday through Friday. And so we focused on academics. Students would take classes in math, science, communications. We would try to do a wide range of science activities with our students. But our big thing is we want to try to prepare our students for their math class for the fall, because we know if you're realistically are going to be a STEM major, you have to have math. Math is the cornerstone. It's the foundation for success. And I know, and I'll say just to the other parents on the call, I'm a parent myself, so I have 2 children, 2 daughters. My oldest daughter is a math ed major at NC State, and my youngest daughter is a civil engineering major at NC State. She's a freshman. And so my wife and I always kept our girls engaged in something STEM oriented every single summer. That was very important to us. Whether, we found things like, and this is great because NSBE is offering you guys stuff that's free or very low cost. And so you can't beat that. And so a lot of times we paid for things, but, we felt like that was something that was worthwhile towards their preparation. It paid off. And I will say, as a proud dad, both my girls are on full academic scholarship. But that was because we did that every single summer. And so they understood the value of education and the value of, so that's something we always made our girls, we also made them read a lot. So that's something else that you can do that doesn't cost a lot. We didn't buy a whole lot of books. We went to the public library. So that's just something I'm just throwing at some of the parents. So there are ways to do this without spending a lot of money. You just have to be savvy. But those are some key things that we did with our own children. So our children went through this program. They didn't have any options, but they did enjoy it though. So we also, and I apologize, I got off on that tangent there. So we do try to expose our students to a variety of STEM content, as well as we try to bring in guest speakers. So we bring in our admissions people to talk to our students throughout the school year and in the summer, so they understand these are things you need to be doing to prepare for college. We bring in some of our scholarships. For example, my daughters are on the Goodnight Scholarship, which is our biggest STEM scholarship. It's geared to students who make, it's a merit scholarship, but it's also a scholarship for for families that are middle to low income. And there are other scholarships that we try to expose our students to. We also try to bring in STEM professionals. And so one thing about our program is, since I'm in charge of it, I pick the teachers. So all my teachers are teachers of color. So that way children can see teachers who look like them and who understand where they're coming from. So I feel like that's another very important element of something that we do that's a little bit different from maybe other programs. And then we also try to expose our students to other STEM opportunities. For example, the North Carolina School of Science and Math here in North Carolina, for people who are not in this area. The North Carolina School of Science and Math is a residential high school for students who really are interested in STEM and are high achieving. It's free, it's paid by taxpayer dollars, and they're always looking to recruit more Black and brown students. They can't find enough. So they come to us and try to recruit our students all the time. You give up your junior, senior years of high school and go there to live. So it's like going to college early. Also, though, you can also participate now, though, online. They have an online program, so you can stay at your home high school and still get all the benefits. So they offer these classes that you would never be able to get in a regular high school. They have like classes on civil engineering, or, they have these high level computer science classes. So there's a lot of their faculty have PhDs. So they just offer a lot of great opportunities. And I probably see some things in the chat. Oh, okay, that's something different. If you have any questions, feel free to drop things in the chat and I will stop and answer those things from time to time. So this summer, all of our students are taking communications and math, and then we're going to have 3 science options. The first option will be an engineering technology class. We're using our program, again, is virtual, as Tony already said.
Is a single guy?
Huh?
Oh. Single guy?
No, he's married. He's actually an agent. He's the buyer agent.
Oh, really?
And it's just this great. His name's Stefan.
And so anyway,
let me mute. Hold on, let me try to mute.
And so can I ask whoever it is, that if you don't mind being yourself, you might not.
Yeah, I'm gonna start on it.
Okay. Thanks, I appreciate that. Okay, thank you. And so it's anyway our engineering technology option. The students will learn how to use Arduinos and Raspberry Pis. They're going to learn about electric circuits. We're going to do that first online using a platform called Whitebox Learning and Tinkercad. So they'll learn how to wire things, how to connect the right wires for everything first online, and then they'll have some hands-on projects where they'll put what they're learning online into practice. This is going to continue on into the fall. In the fall, we're going to use we have some projects where we'll use rovers, but they'll be able to use their Raspberry Pi or Arduino with that rover. So that's one of our options that we have as far as in regards to, that's the engineering technology class. There's some coding involved with this. I believe we use Python for some of this type for the content in the engineering technology course. The second option is our biotechnology class. And that is taught by one of my teachers who's a former chemist. And so that's going to focus on genetics. It's going to focus on DNA extraction, advanced DNA analysis, as well as electrophoresis. I am not a bio person. My background is more engineering. I have an undergrad in applied math. So I can't give you all the details about that. But if you had some, more deeper questions, you can ask me, and then I'll be able to put you in contact with that teacher. I know we're going to actually analyze some real DNA. We're buying an electrophoresis machine, But so one of the things you're saying, well, how are we going to do all this hands-on stuff virtual? So what we're going to do is we're going to actually package a kit. So depending upon what your child's doing, we're going to package a kit that has all the hands-on science activities in it. And then what will happen is we'll have for the people who live in the Raleigh-Durham area, we'll have a pickup drop-off time at our building on NC State's campus where people can pick up the kit for the camp. For the people who live outside the area, we'll mail the kit to you. So we pivoted and did this last summer and went over very well. Students dissected an earthworm as part of our program. This spring we dissected a bullfrog. They did all kinds of hands-on stuff, and we just, we did it in real time. So the teacher, as they're teaching science, they say, okay, open up your kit, pull out this, pull out that, and let's do our science. So that's how we're going to make it work. And then we have a physics option. So our physics option for high school students, it will be an AP Physics boot camp to help prepare students who are interested in taking AP Physics. We want to try and encourage more of our students to take AP Physics because we know if you're going to major in engineering, you need that. That's a great course to take. And it's taught by one of my former students who spent several years as a physics researcher for the military as a civilian. The other course is will be for middle school students, and it'll be a tour of physics. So we're going to cover topics such as Newton's law of motion. We'll cover electric circuits. He's getting really involved with quantum computing, which is kind of a new thing that's become more and more popular. And so he's going to do some things with that with the students. So again, we'll have a hands-on kit for this. So this will not be, him just lecturing. Students will get their hands dirty and they will actually, do physics. So that's our other option for our science course. Let's see. So again, I've already talked about the fact we'll have materials and supplies that we'll give to you. The pickup date will probably be during the week of the June 14th, but once you register for the camp, we'll communicate with you about the pickup dates for the materials and supplies. Again, if you live outside the Raleigh-Durham area, we will mail you the kits. We expect for you all to provide, the parents to provide paper and writing utensils. For our math classes, you'll need a calculator. If you don't have access to a calculator, let us know. We can provide that for you. We also ask for for people who are in the camp to provide table space for the science activities. So that way they'll be able to spread out and actually do the science when we have that time doing camp. We also request that you have a laptop. We feel like that's going to work best versus trying to do things on a tablet or phone. We do have several laptops we have some brand new Dell laptops we bought right before the pandemic started. They really haven't been used. So we're more than willing to loan you a laptop if you need a laptop to use during the camp. With the understanding, of course, you're going to return the laptop to us in the shape that you checked it out from us. And so, but we are willing to do that for you if you don't have access to a laptop. But we do feel as though a laptop is going to be the best thing you're going to really need in order to do our activities. The schedule is 9 to 2 p.m. daily, Monday through Friday. We'll break for an hour for lunch. We try to balance things out because our program is taught by public school teachers. We've decided that the best way to handle virtual learning is that we do not have students on screen no more than 30 minutes at a time. So a lot of times, there may be 15 minutes of doing this, and then you're going to come off screen while you're working on something off screen. And so that way it's kind of a good balance between being on screen and not being on screen. Let's see what else I want to try to hit on real quick because I don't want to go too long. We'll spend an hour on math each day, an hour on communications, and 2 hours in the science component each day of our program. And from 2 to 5 each day, the students the camp will somewhat end. So that's time that students will work on projects and assignment off screen. But in most cases, the student won't necessarily have to do work all the way from 2 to 5, but that's the time we also wanted the teachers to be available to give one-on-one assistance. And let's say maybe you're having an issue with a math problem, or maybe you're working on your engineering project or having some struggles. You can come back on during that time. The teachers will be available to help you back on Zoom. We use Zoom as our platform. We also will have some guest speakers on some of those days. And This camp is geared to students who are currently in the 6th grade up to 11th grade. One of the things that we do also, another thing to consider when you come to Saturday Academy during the fall and spring, we give extensive help to students who are seniors. We spend the whole year doing their senior year. We help our students with their essays for college. We go ahead and we meet in early August with we meet actually probably around middle August with our seniors, and we help them with essay writing because now most of the college applications are essay based. So we really help them with they're able to practice their essays, and we'll give them feedback. We do mock interviews. We do things like resume writing. We get a lot of professionals to come in and volunteer and help them with some of those topics in those different areas. So really our senior year, the students don't take any classes, but they're really focused with a couple of our teachers, and we really help them with the whole college process and them getting into college. We even do a lot of one-on-one prepping for them when they have interviews for a lot of these big scholarships, such as the Goodnight Scholarship. Usually, once you get to the interview day, it's an all-day interview. So we try to help students prepare for that as well. So those are some of the things that we try to do in helping our students. So any questions? Let's see. Thank you, Aisha. Aisha is one of our current students. Someone asked, how about MSN for 7th graders? Oh, that's okay, no problem. Yes, so MSN is for 7th graders. We start in 6th grade. So the summer program, you can join as early. So the summer program we have this summer, if your child is currently a 6th grader or older, you can apply for our program. And I believe I dropped the chat in earlier. Let me see. Let me see if I can drop. Well, the flyer has the link to our website, but I'm going to also drop that into the chat again. I think I did it earlier. Yeah. So I just dropped our website link in there. The cost for our summer camp is $400 for the 2-week time period. So it's a little more expensive compared to free, but I think it's a worthwhile investment. And then for students who participate during the regular school year, our program is usually around, say, $120. We haven't set we usually have registration for our fall program starting the 1st of August. So the site will switch over and you won't see the summer program information after, probably after, July 2nd. Our summer program is June, it was the last 2 weeks of June, and I forgot the date already. And it's on that flyer. And yes, June 21st through July 2nd. So let's see, any questions? It's $400. I'm sorry, it's $400 for the 2 weeks. Yes, so it's not $400 a week, but $400 for the 2-week period. Okay.
All right. Do we have any questions for Brasco? And also, I was going to drop in the chat the link to the actual site. I have it up here, I believe, online. So I will put that in the chat as well. So it's June 21st through July the 2nd.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Got it. I'm going to drop that in the chat. All right. So let me add this one here. Any questions? Anyone interested? I know we have some, students who are interested in the life sciences, the healthcare field, biotechnology, and something that I've learned from students is they're usually wired one or two ways. Either they're going to like the life sciences. You can find out pretty quickly. Like we used to have these STEM events, and if you go to the event page for this event tonight, there's a little video out there of some of the STEM events we used to do pre-COVID. Like we would have different setups. We have electrical setup, something for the mechanical kind of mind, and some life science stuff. And kids right away, I can tell, what they really like. Either they're going to like the life sciences, and if they like life sciences, that's going to show up really quickly. So I do know this is the only camp, one of the few camps I saw that had, you know, some touch points with that. So if you're interested in maybe going to med school or being a biomechanical engineer, or you think those are things you want to do, or biotechnology is huge, like, you know, that's an area that's growing quickly. I would strongly encourage you to take this opportunity to do the biotechnology component, because I haven't seen a lot of opportunities for that. And doing the research, that's going to be very important. I think it's a great opportunity to get that research in early, because it will be very valuable for you in college if you've already had some exposure to it. There's some certain methods you have to use for that. Okay. All right. If you have questions for Braska, please put those in the chat. And if you can stick around for a few minutes and check and follow the chat, Braska, there could be some questions that pop in there for students. If you're interested in this, please put that in the chat so I'll know, because if I won't know if you signed up unless he tells me. And he may not know where you're from. So if you're interested, it'd just be good to know that you're thinking about doing it. Excellent. All right. I do believe we also have someone on the call from NSBE Seek. So let me bring my slide deck up, and we'll do that one. And that will be the last one where we have a speaker, and then we have a few other kind of quick things we'll go over, and then we'll wrap up. All right. So let me see here. All right. NSBE Seek. Someone had asked about. Okay, I'll come back. Let me see. Yeah, it was the first. Okay. Someone had asked about, I saw in the chat something for 3rd through 5th grade. They said 5th grade. So this is 3rd through 5th grade. So the representative for NSBE Seek, if you could chime in, introduce yourself. If there's something you want to share on the screen, feel free to do so.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rebecca Brayboy Gilmer. I do appreciate you inviting me to talk about NSBE Seek. So let me first share, I'm not part of the Seek program per se. I am an employee of Dominion Energy, and we have contributed some sizable dollars to help with the NSBE Seek program. And we have some focus areas. Those focus areas happen to be in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. So I was hoping that someone from the NSBE Seek program would be on the call, but they're not, but that's okay. I have the information and we'll be happy to share that with you. Okay, so with that, let me first mention this is a virtual program for this year, this summer. It's a 3-week program. It is free. So let me also say that the focus areas for this year are going to be drone, robotics, and coding. So a couple things that you need to know. There are 2 sessions. The first one is June the 14th through July the 2nd. Again, that's June the 14th through July the 2nd. And then the second one is July the 19th through August the 6th. Again, July 19th through August the 6th. I believe it's being entered in the chat right now, so you should be able to see those momentarily. We are asking that you try to attend the July 19th to August the 6th, as that is the one that Dominion Energy is kind of focused on. If you cannot make those dates, do not be concerned. It's the same curricular for both phases or both programs, if you will. Okay, so just know that. A few other things, let's see, there will be instructors online virtually to assist with the program. Each of these areas will have kits associated with them, and those kits will be mailed to your home. So whenever you register, and I think the registration information is in that slide that's up. If not, you just go to Google or Yahoo and just Yahoo NSBE Seek 2021, and you should get to the registration page. And I would encourage you to register. I would encourage you to register as long as registration is open, okay? There are some, I believe, soft dates out there, but I'll share if the system will allow you to register, register, Okay. Again, it's a free program. It's 3 weeks. The way it is set up right now is there is a morning session and kind of an afternoon session. The morning session is from 10 to 11 in the morning, and then the afternoon is from 1 to 2, where the students are able to join virtually and ask questions. And there's an agenda that the NSBE Seek program will offer during that hour as well. And then the remainder of the time, the students will have all that time to kind of work on their NSBE Seek project, which has to do, again, with drones, robotics, and coding. So that's a little bit about the program. As mentioned in the chat, it is focused on students that are in 3rd through 5th grade, and it is free, and it's 3 weeks. I think this year is a little bit different than previous years, as obviously we're still in the pandemic. It's a virtual program. This is typically an in-person program, but this year had to cater it to a virtual environment. It'll probably look different in 2022. So just be mindful, it's a virtual program, and everything will be mailed to you. And I would encourage the students to sign up, as it is free, and ask those questions during those times that you have time with your instructors. So any questions? I think I went over everything probably fairly quickly. And
did they extend the registration date?
I'm not, so here's what I've been told. I don't know if they're advertising an extension, but I would again tell everyone, as long as the registration is open, apply or register as soon as possible. So that's the way I'll answer that. I was hoping that someone from the NSBE Seek program would be on the call to be able to field that question. And one thing I didn't share with you is we all know what NSBE stands for, National Society of Black Engineers, but SEEK stands for Summer Engineering Experience for Kids. And we're trying to get connected to the students while they're young, and hopefully train their minds to want to be in a STEM related field, and then grow up through the NSBE organization and become STEM professionals. So that is what that's for. So someone put a question in the chat about girls. Let's see, is SEEK for middle school girls as well? So SEEK is for everyone, okay? The NSBE SEEK is for all students, girls and boys. We'll have to get you more information. I believe there is a pilot out there that is focused on young ladies. And that pilot, the NSBE SEEK, like National, will have to talk to you about that. That is not the NSBE SEEK program. So the program that I just spoke about is offered to all students, girls and boys. Any questions for me?
I see what they mean. There's a middle student applications out there for middle school girls.
I think that's another, I think that's on that registration page, and that's it is a pilot program that NSBE SEEK is doing with a different company.
Yeah, it says that they started applications on March the 22nd.
Okay. And I can tell you that applications for NSBE SEEK should have started, I believe, February the 1st. So make sure you go into the right registration.
So for the middle school girls, Aisha has a registration in for that because she's middle school, and I've been emailing back and forth with the person, and they're supposed to let the people that registered know whether they got in or not next week, because it's not first come, first serve. So yes, there is one available for middle school girls, but the application process, the registration is still open as of the moment.
Yes. And the NSBE SEEK registration is open right now. I'm looking at it on the computer right now. So any other questions for me? Okay, thank you, Tony.
right. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions about NSBE Seek? And that deadline is still tonight.
I would encourage everyone there's a soft date as I hear it of a deadline today. But if you can register tomorrow, I would not let it go past the end of next week, next Friday. But if the system will allow you to register, I would encourage you to register.
I'd register now.
Yeah, if
I
you're
would make it
interested, I will
sooner
go ahead
versus
and do
later.
it.
I'd register. It's an excellent program. They're going to mail you the kit. It's free for 3 weeks.
It is.
You can't ask for much more.
That's right.
They didn't have all this when we were growing up.
All right.
For sure, not from when I was growing up.
And
we
did
sure
we
aren't
put
gonna push it.
did we put the Seek website in the chat? I know the website has all the details. Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, well, thank you, Rebecca, for popping in and giving us that update.
Thank you.
Let me see.
I want to ask a question.
We're
Go
getting
ahead.
funds from Dominion, and we're getting funds from John Deere.
Right, and there's a few other companies as well that are going to be providing some funds. Yes. Someone had a question.
I think so.
I heard a question. Someone wanted to ask a question.
In the chat, Tony, is the NSBE Seek program open to other nationalities?
Most definitely.
You might know that.
Yes.
Yeah. NSBE is open to other nationalities. Yeah.
Right.
Most
You don't
definitely.
have to be Black to be a NSBE.
Right.
That is correct.
You just have to support the mission. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, if you do have some, put those in the chat. We will save the chat and try to get answers on this. Anything that we didn't get covered tonight, we'll try to get that out. One other camp I do want to mention, this has a deadline of May the 1st. So I think I talked about it a little bit earlier. This is the data science. There is a brochure at this link. I'll put this link in the chat. So if you want to go to this camp, you can go check out this link and fill out the application. The deadline is May the 1st. I've already been made aware that you will be required to provide some letters of recommendations, and you may need some references. So you're going to need that you're going to need the references for the application, but it looks like you may have a little bit more time for the letters of recommendation. And you get paid. I mean, you can't do anything better than that. So you get paid to go to the camp. So if you haven't signed up for anything, I strongly encourage you to take in consideration of this one and get in on learning data analytics. All right. So the next one, let me see what else we have next. Oh, this is one from Duke. This is a free week-long STEM camp. This one is virtual. It's August the 16th to the 20th, so it's a little later in the summer. I don't have a representative. Someone made me aware of this and I added it. It says for middle schoolers in the Durham surrounding RDU community. So this one is focused on middle schoolers. And it is free. Materials will be shipped to the addresses. And the contact information is on the flyer. I will put that site in the chat so that you all can get it. And there's also an apply form. So I will add that as well. Duke in the works. And also there's a lot of at-home STEM activities you can do. Something that I strongly encourage everyone, especially if you're underrepresented demographic, ethnicity in STEM, self-discovery. Find out who else has done what you're doing, who else who looks like you has done what you're doing. Read books. There's a ton of books out there on Blacks in STEM, Latinos in STEM, Asian Americans in STEM. Learn about your history and those who've gone before you. And I also have a link here. We had a contest a few years ago called Black Brilliance in STEM, and a number of our students did essays, and they did research. It takes that to be inspired. So I strongly encourage you to get familiar with Black inventors and or Hispanic and Latino inventors, or Asian inventors, or females, or someone who has been underrepresented, had to overcome the same challenges that you may face. So and also you can read STEM books and just kind of encourage yourself that way. We do have a Facebook group called United Shades of STEM. So information that we covered tonight is actually on United Shades of STEM. So if you go there and search that and join this group, you can see a post of everything we discussed and some things that I didn't have time to add to the presentation. But anything that I get, I post it out there. And we also have a Google group for RTP NSBE Junior. I'll put that in the chat as well. If you're not getting those emails and you want to get them, you can get connected that way. All right. Really quick, I want to see if I don't think anyone joined from Cortex. I don't think they can make it. Cortex Robotics is a partnering high school robotics team. They've done a lot with NSBE Junior. We've done a lot together. They're going to do what's called STEM Fridays. They're still in the process of planning it. That's usually geared through to K through 5th grade, and it's usually for like 4 to 6 weeks on Fridays for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and it's some kind of little quick, easy activity, and it's on Zoom, and it's free. And when I get that information, I will send it out. But that one is in the works. They did it last year, and we participated in it. There was about 60 students from around the community that participated in that. Also, we didn't get a chance to do this last summer, but we've talked about having a creative zone, kind of a creative arts camp. And I think Ray is on the call. Ray, are you there? I think I saw her there. She may have had to drop off. Okay, maybe she's not there anymore, but basically, she does music production and video production, and we've wanted to have a camp to teach students how to do music production, because there's a lot you can learn about STEM by doing music and understanding how to produce it, and also just digital art. So there's new needs for people who can be creative artistically and do it digitally. And I heard today that people are selling memes now. I can't remember what the acronym is for it. I think it's called a NTF or something to that effect. But someone sold a meme for $500,000. So being able to create digital art now has value, just like creating visual art and being a visual artist, where your artistic creations are sold like something that is in the physical that you can put your hands on. That same concept now is translating to the virtual space. So there is an opportunity to become creative using digital tools. All right. So with that, I'm going to stop, and we're going to have fun for a few minutes. Jairus has developed a Black Inventors Kahoot game. So Jairus, I'm going to let you. We'll play this for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll wrap up. We'll go for 10 minutes and see where we are then. Are you ready to go ahead and get that going, Jairus?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Miss Tony.
Yes, go ahead, Jaden. You had a question?
Oh, my mom wants to do NFTs. My mom wants to do NFTs, and also, by the way, I know what an NFT means: non-fungible token.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jaden. That's exactly. I couldn't remember the acronym, but that is it. It's NFT. That is exactly it. Well, I definitely want to make sure you sign up for the Microsoft camp. Thank you so much for letting us know. Can you put that in the chat for me?
Non-fungible token NFT.
Okay.
I'll definitely do that.
Okay. Thank you. So it looks like Ray is still on the call, but she said for some reason her microphone is not working. She said the creative topics she wants to cover would be digital music production, digital graphics, and web design. And I'm thinking that's probably going to be middle and high school. Is that correct, Ray? Would that be middle and high school? That's what I'm thinking. So if you're interested in doing that, please just put something in the chat, maybe your email address, and say you're interested in creative arts, the digital arts, and we'll connect the email addresses that way. But we'll also send out some things once she has more information where we can have people sign up. All right. So Jairus, whenever you're ready, just let me know and we'll get that going.
Okay. Okay, well, once this loads, we'll go to make sure put the code in, make sure put it in right.
You're gonna put the link in the chat. I figured out the Kahoot disco. It is good. You can change your music, by the way, on that music icon.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Jaden.
Disco is really good.
All right, everybody that plans on playing, go ahead and get into the Kahoot and put the code in. Anybody else ready for it? Could be a prize for you on the other side.
1 second, I'm loading my thing.
Okay, we can wait a couple more minutes for some more people to join. This is definitely a more engaging type of activity that requires people to engage.
I'm trying to get in.
You can't get in there, Jaden?
This computer is taking forever to load. If we were using Google, it might be better, but the E thing, it only pops up on the internet browser, and that doesn't really work on the computer really good.
Is there somebody there that can help you?
My GPA is on one, but they're in the bathroom and stuff, and I'm just. It goes on E, and it's not working because it's taking forever to load.
Okay, well, I tell you what, we'll get you next time. Why don't you just play along on your own? Okay, you can put them in the chat. You can put your answers in the chat.
If I get all the answers right before everyone, please. I wonder how I would get a reward from doing it in the chat.
Well, we'll see how many you get. You can just send them to Mr. Gyrus, right? You just send them directly to him. All right, Gyrus, we'll go ahead and get going.
All right, then. Let's get this competition started. First industrial revolution from around 1750 to 1850 introduced what new items? Yeah, 30 seconds.
By the way, Gyrus, I put a circle for the shape.
Okay. There's 2 right answers. I guess 6 people got it right. Water and steam power and textiles. Nice job, LeBron. Sage and Sammy not far behind. The second industrial revolution introduced what new items?
My letters are going to stand for the words.
Okay. All right, well, more people got this right. Yeah. Advancements in machinery and automobiles and new materials and energy sources.
I was thinking both.
Sage, Jonathan. True or false? Martin Delaney is the first recorded Black scientist in America. 20 seconds on the clock. Choose wisely. At least it's 50-50.
JD, you can go by the colors. Just put the color.
All right, that was false. And we'll find out who first recorded Black scientist is in question.
I wonder how good I'm doing.
Anchor is known for creating America's first what? Wooden clock, the HVAC unit, the car, or the water gun?
JD, let me know how many you're getting right. I'll keep track of it.
All right, 3 people got that right. It is the wooden clock. Functioned for a long time, actually. All right, Sage, Lauren, Aisha Landis. Who is best known for inventing lubrication devices to make train travel more efficient and easy? All right, most people knew that one. That was Elijah McCoy. Nice job. Okay, see Ron, Sammy up on the board. Despite racial barriers, a lot of requirements gain over blank patents to work as an engineer. How many? You might be surprised. Just a few more. One and all right. Told you to be surprised. He managed to gain over 60 patents as an engineer. All right, Sage still in the lead. Lauren not far behind. Lewis Latimer is best known for contributing to the patent of the light bulb, the telephone, as well as the AC units for security system, nail gun, or the toaster. This one seemed to upset some people. Once you get an answer in. Yes, that was the early AC unit. Nice job. Okay, Lauren taking the lead. All right, nice job. That was Lewis Latimer. Well, a few people got that right. Lauren still holding on to the lead. LeBron keeping second. Sarah Love, aka Madam CJ Walker, was a blank who popularized the blank. Pay attention. All right, most of us knew that she was an entrepreneur who popularized the hot comb. It's kind of a misconception that she made it. That is actually not true. She just made it more popular.
It's because we've done that question. Or I've done it at least.
Okay.
Okay. No.
Last quiz.
And who was the first Black scientist / engineer to earn a bachelor's degree?
You know this one, Jaden?
Oh, one person. One person knew that it was actually George Washington Carver. Different things with peanuts. George and World War II, really known for improving what? So it might be a little tricky. Okay, majority of people got this one right. It's human preservation. There we go. For blood banks. Okay, Aisha Landis taking the lead. Sage in second. I see Sam still rising. Which surgeon performed the first successful open heart surgery in 1893? Charles Drew, Lewis Latimer, Sarah Goodman, or Daniel Hale Williams? Oh, one person. I wonder who that is. Well, that, by the way, the answer is Daniel Hale Williams. All right,
I also thought that Daniel.
You got that one?
Yep, I got that one. I've been getting most, like all of them right.
Okay, great.
Okay. Third Industrial Revolution brought smaller electronics for communication and internet and began digitalization. Is it true or is it false?
Probably sure it's false. I mean true. I did T for true. I meant true. I got the mixed up for me.
You got that right.
One person got it wrong.
Including Jaden. All right. Multi-select.
I got all of them right.
Ooh, the word revolution from the 2000s until today has made great strides in what?
I think it's going to be artificial intelligence and robotics because this is about robotics. Okay. And you made it up. So I think it's robotics.
Well, that was actually a trick question. That was fun putting that one in there. It's actually all of them.
All of them.
AI and robotics to putting to combining physical, digital, and biotech, sustainable renewable resources like turbines for wind power, hydrogen fuel cells, as well as just wireless mobile devices, aka your phones, and 3D.
Yeah. Well, yes. If I really thought, if I looked at it, I can tell you I definitely know all of that was made out because that's more like technology, stuff like that. In the 200s is where we came up with technology and all of that stuff.
All right. Thanks, Jaden. Okay. Hold on for a moment. We'll be done in a moment.
Let's see how many people know this one. Theoretical physicist who created the touch tone telephone and caller ID. Nice job. It was Shirley. Well, actually, sorry, not nice job. I realized nobody picked that. Ouch. That was Shirley Jackson. 5 questions left. Mary Brown is known for creating the television security, TV, the Nerf gun, the smoke alarm, or the color TV. All right, yes, it is the closed circuit television security. Not gonna lie, you adults might have had the advantage, or the kids didn't know what that was. This is enough for creating the IM computer and the pacemaker. Who is it? Okay, I guess the majority, small majority, chose Otis Boykin. Nice job. Stage Ron and second, third, neck to neck. Let's see if anybody can take Aisha's lead. Johnson Aerospace engineer made thermoelectric energy and the super soaker water gun. Is that true or is that false? Seems like two drastically different inventions, in my opinion.
That sounds like a real good invention, but it sounds really dramatic, kind of. I think it's true.
Well, more people chose true than false. That is true. And it seems very odd, honestly. But yes, that's true. Okay. Sammy up in third. And we have to end with some NSBE trivia. What year was NSBE founded?
I think it's 1975.
Well, let's hope you're right. Four, 3, 2, 1. And yes, you are correct. It is 1975. NSBE's growing, but not 19. Okay.
I really think I'm getting.
Maybe she can lead this last two questions. At what university?
I could tell.
Purdue, North, A&T, Harvard, or Hampton? One of the H's.
I know it's not North Carolina because I expected triangle. She's triangle.
Well, most of you got that right. That is Purdue University.
I could tell it wasn't the North Carolina because it was in Chicago.
Yeah. That's right. See, first place, over 1,000 points. Anybody catch up? Which I guess is very kind of
All right.
I just said it. Chicago.
Okay,
I vote square.
This is our last one.
This people know that people better get any of them wrong because I just didn't say it.
I know, right? So let's hope they were listening.
Jaden's been paying attention.
Dang. Oh, all right. Sorry for that one person, but most of us got this right. It is the Chicago 6.
I've been getting like all of them right.
Well, good for you, Jaden. Thank you for.
Congratulations, Lauren. Second place, Sage. And first place, Landis. Congratulations. Brian, Sammy. Nice job, y'all.
All right. Well, thank you, winners. Thank you all who participated. And Jairus, if you could put your address there in the chat. If you will email Jairus, I will connect with him and we'll give you a small prize. We'll get something to you for participating. I see you, Jaden. Jairus, if you could put your email, let me see here. Your NSBE email in the chat. Everyone reach out to him, send him an email, and let him know you won. I say let him know you participated. How about that? In the game tonight.
My mom's email is embryomartin77@gmail.com.
Okay, put that in the chat. Can you put that in the chat, Jairus? I mean, Jaden. Okay.
Embryo G77. Embryo.
All right, put yourself on mute while you finish that up and we will wrap up. I do have one other thing I want to cover real quick before we go, because I know we've had a few people who've already participated in some summer camps and some summer programs. And at this time, I want them just to take a few minutes to share about, their summer experiences. If you haven't decided yet what you want to do this summer and you're still, trying to figure it out, well, one way to help you figure it out is to learn from other people. So real quick, I'm just going to ask, I think Lauren may have had a few things, and then maybe a couple of other ones who want to share their summer STEM experiences from the past, or maybe they have something planned already. So Lauren, can at this time you take a few minutes to tell us about your plans, or maybe one that you did prior?
Yes, so I'd like to quickly talk about a summer program I did last summer, which was called the Summer STEM Institute. They have their applications for this summer are now closed, but it's definitely something great for next summer if you're interested. And so the summer program is a virtual summer program that taught me how to code and analyze and conduct my own research and how to write a research paper. And you also get master classes in which students from the Ivy League and various other top schools talk about research they did, as well as other extracurriculars that got them where they are. And yeah, I could definitely share the link in the chat for that if anyone's interested for next year.
And what grades can go to it, Lauren?
I believe it is rising 9th graders up
Okay.
until 12th grade.
Okay, so maybe that's something people can do next year, rising 9th up through 12th. And was there a cost?
Yes, so they do have a research program where you meet every day with an advisor, and that is $6,450. But there's also another program that is just the boot camp and masterclass program, which is $2,450, and they offer financial aid for both of those.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, so some camps do have a charge, and I know some people maybe don't feel like they, want to do that, but it's definitely a good investment in your future and preparing you for your plans ahead. So thank you so much, Lauren, for sharing that, and please put that information in the chat.
However, spell Gmail is what I put in there.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Jaden. Also, there's some other immersion programs. So if you just go Google Summer Immersion Camp, they have those in a lot of different areas. I know Wake Forest normally has one. They have a late date. So if you have funds to pay for it or are interested in doing that, Wake Forest has an immersion program as well. It's kind of similar to that one. And there's other universities that have those too. They're called Immersion, IMMERSION. I'll put that in the chat. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, coming out tonight. Here's our contact information. This is how you can reach us if you have any questions after tonight. We did put a lot of good information in the chat. Here's additional contact information. I will also put our groups.google link in the chat. If you want to join our distribution list, that's how to do it. And stay in touch with us and get information on what we presented tonight. I don't think I have any announcements. You know what? We have a lot of people signing up for the Microsoft Camp, so I don't even know if we need to do our own Learn to Code, but I can share that information in the chat if you want to do that on your own pace. I will put that there. It basically is a way for you to learn how to code, and it's self-paced, and all we were going to do is just have some time set aside to do that. So I think, the Microsoft Camp is going to have some pretty good participation, so it may not be something we have to do right away, but that's something that we might can do later in the year. If you're interested in learning more about the stars, we do have the Astronomical Adventurists, and what we're doing is gazing and learning about astronomy and aerospace and outer space and exploring that and keeping up with things that's happening in the celestial air. So anyway, if you're interested in that, please send an email to Lauren, our secretary at secjunior@nsbertp.org.
Miss Tony, by the way, I really also do want to sign up with that, but I am in a different house and So I'm at my GPOS and I have a whole different computer. And my mom doesn't even have a computer, so you're gonna have to send it to her phone.
Okay, I'll send it. I'll send her the information. I'll make sure she gets it.
Okay.
All right. Any high school seniors on the call, please, please, please make sure you're signing up for scholarships. You're applying for scholarships, that your GPA is verified, because it has to be verified before you can apply for scholarships. So there's still scholarships out there if you're still looking. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate your time. And if you have any questions, I will stick around. Have a great one. Thank you all. Oh, and all right, thank you. And I see that Mr. Braska says he recommends REUs for students. So, Mr. Braska, that me? Can you say a little bit about that? Because I had a few people who are looking for stuff that maybe college students might be able to do, that perhaps they didn't get the opportunity to do in high school. So, is there any information that you have on that? If so, if you could share it.
Sure.
Bye.
So one of my former students really turned me on to REU stands for Research Experience for Undergraduates. And if you do a quick Google search, it's usually funded by National Science Foundation. And what it does, it gives you the opportunity to go to a college campus and to do research in an area
Okay.
that you're interested in. They pay your travel to and fro, wherever you live. They'll pay your housing, your room and board, and they pay you usually around $5,000 to $6,000 stipend for the summer.
Okay.
It's a great opportunity. And it's something a lot of students, but it's something you have to apply pretty early. So you
Okay.
probably needed to apply probably back and start looking for them like around December, January.
Okay.
I have a former student of mine I'm real close to. He was in physics and he went to the University of Colorado one summer under that and worked for a guy who won the Nobel Peace Prize. He's
Wow.
still in contact with that guy. He did another summer at Cornell. So I mean, you can use it as an opportunity to check out other graduate institutions. And that was the key for him getting into Ohio State for graduate school. So it's a really good opportunity. And my daughter, who's even in math ed, they even have it for STEM ed. She's doing something similar to that through Illinois State. And because of COVID, of course, most of those programs are doing it virtually. So the money they would have given you for travel, they're now giving it to you in pay. So it's so it's just something to think about. It's a great
Down the road,
opportunity.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. So I did put that in the chat, and the student who asked me, I may connect him with you via email, because he was like, I want to do something, but I don't see anything with college students. So I said, well, yeah, I mean, we do have some young adults who still want to gain these skills. They may be in their first year of college, or maybe they not going to college right after high school, and they still want to gain these skills. So anything that like that, we'll be interested in passing that on as well.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. And one thing I did not mention on our Facebook page, Amazon has a subscription to STEM kits. So you will get something every month. So that is an option. If you didn't see anything here that you would like to do, and you want to do some self-developed curriculums, feel free to reach out to me, and I will help you identify something to keep you busy this summer. Everybody have a great evening. Thank you for coming out. Bye-bye.